It happens quietly, in a sterile room under flickering lights, or in a peaceful home, surrounded by the people you love, or perhaps alone, with nothing but the silence of your final breath. The body stops, the pulse fades, the lungs release their last whisper. But in that very instant, something strange begins, something that eyes can't see and instruments can't measure. The consciousness, whatever it truly is, doesn't simply vanish. It starts to drift, not like a sudden snap, but like a rope slowly uncoiling after being wound tight for decades. Every memory, every laugh, every heartbreak, all wrapped into this invisible thread that starts to loosen. For those who have brushed up against death and returned, there are recurring tales. A sudden lightness, as though the weight of existence was finally placed on the floor. A peculiar calm, as if every fear and worry dissolved like mist in the morning sun. Some speak of hovering above their own body, watching the frantic efforts to revive them, hearing the cries of loved ones, unable to reach out, yet strangely at peace. It's as if you're alive, but untethered, an observer to your own ending. But the departure is more than physical. Ancient teachings whisper of energetic bonds that link us to this world. Some speak of cords, threads of light that anchor consciousness to the body. These cords stretch and strain, pulsing with the energy of every decision we made, every attachment we forged, and eventually, they snap. Yet, not every departure is gentle. When the end comes suddenly, through tragedy or shock, the separation can be chaotic. Some souls, they say, linger in confusion. They shout into the void, try to grasp the hands of the living, unaware they have crossed a boundary that can't be uncrossed. It's like waking up in a place where no one speaks your language anymore. Imagine someone who believed life was the only chapter, only to realize there's an entire book waiting after the final page. A person who spent years chasing material victories, only to discover those trophies have no value in this strange new place. For some, this realization is liberating. For others, it's terrifying. But not all transitions are filled with fear. Those who spent their lives reflecting inward, building spiritual connections, often experience something else. Gentle guides, presences that radiate warmth, figures that offer not explanations, but comfort. A feeling of being carried, as if invisible arms embrace you and lift you gently from the wreckage of your old life. Death, it turns out, may not be the end. It's a doorway, and for many, it opens softly, revealing a path shaped by the life they lived. And what happens next is perhaps the most curious part. Imagine waking up in your own home, but the colors are richer, the sounds more profound. You see familiar faces, but they don't see you. You try to speak, but your voice is swallowed by the air. You wave your hands, but nothing moves. You are there, yet not there. In those first moments after death, the mind doesn't simply shut down. In many accounts, it sharpens. It awakens to a new, bewildering clarity. The realization dawns slowly, like sunlight creeping over distant hills. I'm not alive anymore. And then the confusion begins. Some wander. They walk the halls they knew, whisper into ears that cannot hear, clutch at doors that won't open. They witness their own funerals, watch loved ones weep, feeling every drop of grief without a body to hold it in. Especially for those taken suddenly, through accident or illness, the world becomes a silent movie, and they are the forgotten actor. Spiritual traditions across continents warn of this vulnerable period. They speak of a liminal space, a twilight zone between life and whatever comes next. For some, it's brief. For others, it stretches, held back by unfinished business, by regrets, by an unwillingness to let go. But there's a constant thread in these teachings. Connection matters. Those who built lives of empathy, who cultivated inner awareness, often find themselves guided. They feel the tug of luminous forces, gentle nudges towards higher realms. They are not abandoned in the dark. For others, especially those lost in bitterness or obsession, the path is slower, but never closed. Curiously, in the final days of life, many speak of visitors, not doctors or relatives, but those who have long departed, grandparents who arrive in dreams, friends who whisper in the quiet moments. Some dismiss it as hallucination, Others believe it is the first glimpse of the next existence, a welcoming committee from the other side. And after death, the soul doesn't vanish. It lingers, watching the living, following the journey of their own body, seeing the rituals, the tears, the whispered prayers. The funeral isn't just for the living, it's for the departed too. Every word, every gesture ripples through the invisible veil. In many ancient cultures, the first week after death is sacred, a bridge between the two worlds. The soul hovers close, pulled between memory and destiny. Some stay by the bedside, some follow their loved ones home, some attend their own burial, counting the faces that came to say goodbye. And during these days, emotion is powerful. Despair can bind, grief can anchor, but love can lift. The words we speak, the prayers we offer, the memories we cherish, they become currents, carrying the soul forward, or holding it back. That's why cultures across time have marked the seventh day, a day to release, to bless, to let go. Rituals of incense, prayers, stories, acts not of mourning, but of gentle encouragement. The soul, feeling the weight of emotion ease, finds the door it could not see before, a door of light, a path through mist, a portal to the next horizon. Not every journey is the same. Some souls rise quickly, free from attachments. Others linger, learning, processing, coming to terms. But eventually, all must move forward. The cycle demands it. Life, death, and beyond are chapters in an endless story. And perhaps, knowing this, we can live better. Perhaps, understanding the journey beyond the veil, we can prepare not with fear, but with peace. Because one day, when that final breath comes, it won't be the end. It will be the next great beginning.